Bill Bellamy is one of the biggest names in comedy and movies.
Yeah, we all know and love the man from films like Love Jones and one of my all-time favorites, How to Be a Player. That's right.
All right, he's in Chicago over the next few days to perform stand-up at the Improv in Schaumburg. We are so happy to see you.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
It's so good to see you again.
This is like the coolest thing because I met Jordan. You said like, how old are you?
This is
in college, right?
Early 20s. This is
Early
a while
20s,
ago,
and then
down in Nashville.
A couple years ago, it was like 2 years ago, I met Felicia at a station in
Charlotte.
In Charlotte. So I feel like we're like family.
Yeah,
It's
clearly they're
full
memorable
circle.
experiences. You're like, Jordan, where did I meet you?
Yeah.
I met you in Nashville.
It shows that you're still working and we're still
You're
working too, and
man.
that's
I'm
a
watching you
blessing.
guys come up in the game, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Great
so
show.
You're actually on Funny You Should Ask, which
Yes.
airs on our station, a game show that airs on our station. How is that?
So much fun because it's all comedians, and we get a chance to say funny stuff every time. So everybody's answer is going to be funny before they say the real answer. You know what I mean? So it's a good time to hang out with everybody. I mean, a couple of my shows, I had Louis Anderson on with me. I had Billy Gardell. I had Cheryl Underwood. So everyone on the panel is a comedian. So we off camera is what they should be filming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because the stuff we say off camera that we can't see on TV is bananas.
We know the feeling.
Obviously, you still got a lot of stuff going on right now. You
Yes.
just appeared in the 90's house episode on MTV. But
Yes.
when I think about the 90's, you're one of the iconic names that comes up right away.
Oh, thank you.
And one of the things that people don't know is the term that's so clearly used nowadays, booty call.
Yes.
You coined that phrase.
Yeah.
You coined that phrase.
It's interesting. Booty call came out of a joke that I wrote about Friday nights. You know, it's like, how do you say what it is? Like, you got a new apartment, you got, girl, back then we didn't have like Tinder and all that. You had like a Rolodex. You had to go.
You had a little black book.
Yeah, you had a black book. You had to go, you had to flip and look. Now you can just swipe in your phone and go yes, no. But back then, so I said, how could I make that funny? And, I was like, it's just a booty call because that's what you're doing. Who knew?
There's a movie even made at the game,
man.
too.
Who knew, man? You know how many booty call checks I should have right now?
Which right?
Taco Bell owe me money. They say
Did
booty
you
call
trademark
now.
it? Did you try to trademark it?
No, I didn't. I wasn't thinking about it at the time. I mean, obviously, I didn't know it was going to explode like that, where it became so common to say a funny word or phrase that sort of is not offensive because you have to say something on TV. That's another reason why I came up with the word, because I wanted to be able to say something on television that wasn't offensive but still funny. You know what I mean?
So we were just talking about dating in the last segment, and we were saying like, what constitutes a date? These guys today, they only want to Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Give us some 90's game. I need you. Give me the look.
Co-sign. That's a co-signature.
No, I think a date should, constitute going out. Like, I still kind of old school. I think you should meet her, maybe pick her up, and y'all go somewhere. And, it doesn't have to be just a coffee shop. Because a lot of people do the coffee shop because that's sort of like the fill-out zone. I think you still should take a woman out to dinner and, and really, really get to know her, have some great conversation. That way, I think after that kind of vibe, you should be a yes or no. She's feeling you out.
Nice.
You're feeling her out. I think,
Yeah, Bill, it's really interesting to me because you obviously have a beautiful wife, beautiful family now, beautiful children.
Yes.
But before that time, I mean, you were like an iconic
killing
ladies man. Like, what was it like in that? How did you find yourself in that
You
mold?
see this face?
And your life has never been better since.
I'm talking about before all that. It was like you were the ladies man in Hollywood.
I had the ultimate job at MTV. It's the 90's. There's
TRL,
TRL, Beach House, Mount MTV.
That's a big deal.
And we were like, at that time, the YouTube, I guess, where people go to see stuff now. I think MTV was sort of the YouTube of the 90's generation. We were there promoting pop culture, interviews, funny stuff, crazy locations. And I was the guy that was happy enough to be there. I was like, oh my God, I was happy at my job every day. I was like, all right, guys, someplace I've never been. Again, I'm in Acapulco, I'm in Paris, you know what I mean? I'm interviewing Michael Jackson. I mean, it was so many fun moments that I feel blessed because everyone used to say to me, I want your job. How did you get that job? You seem like you're having the best time. I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I just went on tour with Janet Jackson. This is crazy.
Hey.
Look at that picture right there.
Coolest
that was my
person.
day right there, like being at a camp with a bunch of crazy kids, most of them like
Spring break.
college.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Bill, quickly, coolest person and person you weren't feeling the most that you've interacted with or had to interview or engage
I've
with?
never had like an uncool person. I just had shy people. Like when I interviewed Kurt Cobain, he was very, very shy. It was hard to get answers from him because he was, but on stage, dynamic. My favorites were Michael Jackson and Prince because they didn't really interview with a lot of people. And Prince was real cool too. Like, you know, he was like,
true
look,
what
they said.
oh yeah, he was like
He's
way
too cool.
cooler than you would think. Like, you would just have to close your eyes. You sound like you talking to a dude that play basketball all the time. You know what I'm saying? But he got on high heel boots. Like, man, you want to play one-on-one?
And steal your
And he
girl.
moving his boo like this, and he take your girl.
And steal your girl at the same time. Okay, so Bill is going to be performing stand-up at the Improv in
Yes.
Schaumburg tonight through Sunday. Log on to chicago.improv.com. But don't worry, he is sticking around for Morning Pop with Danielle.
Yes!
We got to figure out a way to get in that segment. That's going to be a lot of
I
fun,
know.
too.
We'll have to talk to the
Yeah,
manager.
make sure you
We'll
stick
see.
around, everybody. We got more of the jam coming up here in a little bit.